Hi everyone, it's Brandon.
And Walt with All American Thrills, and we're here for week 7 of News and Rumors.
Yes, so this week we are talking about King's Dominion, Dorney Park, and Cedar Point. 3 Cedar Fair parks that a lot of people have their eyes on. So we're going to start with King's Dominion. Shockwave is now closed, and they have that plot of land. The park hasn't done any teasing yet about 2016, so what do you think they might be putting in that space?
It's kind of interesting because Shockwave, as we know, was one of the first stand-up. It was coasters. It also was a Togo coaster, so it has a lot of sentimental value to people. When we look at King's Dominion over the past couple years, we had this 40-year anniversary with them. We went back
2 years, a big celebration,
and we actually had a huge celebration there. We saw the return of the singing mushrooms, but the park seems to be going back along the way of reminiscing again. So I'm kind of feeling that we might see a return of an old classic ride, possibly an old classic flat ride, something that would bring back those memories. We know that if you've been listening to the Rumor Mill, and actually even on the news, Matt We Met was actually out scouring Europe looking for old rides and looking for classic rides to put in the parks. We've seen an inundation of these new amazing rides in the parks, but we really haven't seen a return to the classic ride. So
that'd be a great fit.
Classic ride to fit back in there would be kind of nice to see.
It would be. So, and they haven't really teased much, but if they are just getting a flat ride, that's something that, of course, that could be announced later. So I'm sure whatever they're getting is going to be exciting and family friendly, and especially if it's going to be, a classic flat ride that everyone remembers when they were kids that parents can now experience with their own kids. So that will be very cool.
The other thing I would see there is I would call it a Route 66.
Like a pipe scream,
a pipe scream
coaster type
of
flat
ride there. But I really can't help but feeling like King's Dominion would be the perfect fit for them to go back to that classic ride that we haven't seen in a long time.
Sure. Moving on then, Dorney, again, they haven't really teased 2016 yet. There's been some rumblings of construction going on. We haven't seen it really firsthand yet, so we're hearing it may be for Haunt or maybe even a new ride. But even if the construction isn't for a new ride, Dorney's certainly due to get something new.
Dorney is most definitely due for a new ride. And I think we're talking wood going into that park. Very minimum.
Do you think 2016 or later?
I'm hoping it's 2016, but unfortunately I fear it's going to be later. With Cedar Fair, we've always had the rumor of the GCI wooden coaster coming to that park.
That's a long rumor that's been at Dorney, and I would love to see it come true.
I would love to, and as much as I like the Dinosaurs Alive attraction, I really think it's time that the dinosaurs go back to being extinct again in that park, and we get a nice wooden coaster in that area.
Right, so, for 2016, though, potentially, like we mentioned, the King's Dominion, maybe like a pipe scream attraction that Cedar Point got, or Cedar Point revamped the Gemini Midway, and that was wildly successful. So a ride like Pipe Screen seemed really popular with parents and kids and families. That's a fun, family-friendly attraction.
It also seems like they're making, good headway with putting back in flyers.
Dorney got flyers last year, the Cedar Creek Flyers.
We've seen the flyers go up in Kings Island, and we're seeing a return of those classic rides again that I talked about before, that Matt We Met's going out and looking at.
Right, and I love flyers. I think everyone loves flyers, and Pipe Scream would also be a great fit.
We probably could do a whole episode on flyers if we talked about snapping flyers.
There are a lot of people who really, are flyer enthusiasts and differences in flyers, so certainly. But, everyone's saying
there's only one place we can talk about flyers, though. That's Knoebels.
Knoebels, of course.
But that's just me, because I am a flyer addict. So,
so moving on then, our final topic, Cedar Point. Everyone is talking about it in 2016. It is rumored to be a big B&M dive coaster.
Pictures, some leaked stuff, all coming from Google Cardboard. We're actually starting to see people get packets in the mail now.
Google Cardboard virtual reality viewers. So that'll be a way that you can view the rendering of the ride in virtual reality. So we're wondering, will the attraction have built-in virtual reality as well on a coaster?
And again, we go back to Matt We Met, and he talked again about wanting to put virtual reality on rides. And we look at this dive machine, and I know some of you guys out there love B&M dive machines. I'm a fan of Griffin. I will admit I love that coaster. But you look at it compared to Griffin or some of the other dive machines out there, and it's kind of just...
Well, it's bigger, it has
big,
more inversions, it just does more. So
but,
it would be perfect to have virtual reality put on that ride.
But virtual reality on that ride would take it to the 100th degree.
And I know that that's a crazy rumor, and we may not see it come true, but I think that, especially at Cedar Point, we can take a thrilling, unique roller coaster and then, multiply the thrill level and the excitement by adding virtual reality. So you're experiencing a storyline while you're on a roller coaster and doing the vertical drops and the inversions and the holding break. So I think a dive machine mixed with a virtual reality story would just be a great combination.
And it is very unusual that they use this Google Cardboard platform to...
That is very unique.
Potentially leaked, but to actually put it out there, or potentially put it out there using that media, we actually had to Google ourselves Google Cardboard to figure out what it was.
And I didn't know anything about Google Cardboard up until last week when Cedar Point sent out those invitations and it was a Google Cardboard viewer, and I realized that, and I learned about Google Cardboard, that it is a virtual reality service that you use with your phone that Google does. So kind of like an Oculus Rift, I guess, was my take.
It's the layman's Oculus Rift.
Right.
You use your phone and you actually put it into the device, and it's just a little cardboard device with some lenses in it, and it allows you to view in stereoscopic 3D. So I would have no problem with them being able to do the same thing using a similar type of technology on a coaster and make it work. And
absolutely
be economical and be pretty gosh darn thrilling.
It would certainly be very thrilling, and it would be so much more. You would have a great coaster plus this added level of just immersed virtual reality. That wraps up week 7 of Alt News and Rumors.
But if you're out in the park and you see us, don't be afraid. Come up, say hi to us. We might give you a shout out in our next video.
Yep.
We are actually out in the parks quite a bit, so you see us.
And we love seeing all of you. People come up to us all the time, and just say hi, talk about coasters, whatever. We love to see all of you guys, so if you see us out in the park, please don't be shy, and please say hello, because we love to meet every single one of you.
But for now, I'm Walt.
I'm Brandon. Make sure you subscribe to All American Thrills right here on YouTube, like on Facebook, follow on Twitter and Instagram, and of course, go on allamericanthrills.com and register over on All Connect. So thank you for watching. We will see you next week when we talk about Halloween, rumors and news coming out of the upcoming Halloween season. So,
Brandon, don't be too scared that we're talking about Halloween.
I know. Hopefully nothing will pop out.
Nothing should pop out at you, but we might be in a haunted place if we do that when we do next week's News and Rumors. So.
Right. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See yous.